And it's interesting how he did one in Montreal in 1968. He spent a good portion of the class glorifying Lord Ram on Radhastami. And, explaining, of course, how Krishna is none different from all of his incarnations. And then, he went into depth on various parts of philosophy, but then he also spoke about Maharaj Bharat and how he had attained ecstatic love, but fell down due to becoming attached to a pet deer. And then finally, he started speaking about Srimati Radharani. So I didn't get a chance to examine it deeply, but perhaps he was doing that to teach us how Krishna was none different from all these incarnations, and that it's a little bit dangerous to think of the conjugal pastimes of the Lord in an ordinary way. So Prabhupada, he then goes on to say, now today is our Radhastami ceremony. I must speak now something about Radharani. And then I shall go up, reach my apartment at 12. In the meantime, you can observe ceremonies. So for Radharani, today is the birthday of Srimati Radharani. Radharani is the pleasure potency of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme Brahman. Just try to understand. Krishna is the supreme Brahman. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. So when Param Brahma wants to enjoy, that enjoying spirit is there, and the Param Brahma. Otherwise, we cannot have this enjoying spirit. Because we are part and parcel, therefore we have got that enjoying spirit. But that is materially contaminated. But the fact is there, because Krishna, he is enjoying, this enjoying spirit we have got also. But I do not know how to enjoy. We are trying to enjoy in the matter, in the dull matter. That is not spiritual. So Brahman Sukhanu Bhutya. People are trying to feel what is Brahma Sukha, pleasure of Brahmanubhava. That is not material pleasure. So many yogis, they give up their family life, their kingdom, and meditating to achieve the Brahman pleasure. Actually, the idea is Brahman pleasure. And then he goes on to speak about Lord Buddha. There are hundreds of incidences in Indian history that to realize Brahman pleasure, that to realize Brahman pleasure, they gave up everything. They gave up everything. That is the way. Tapasya means voluntarily accepting something severe for realizing the supreme pleasure. That is called tapasya. So, if for tasting a little Brahman pleasure, all materialistic pleasures are to be given up, Do you think that the Supreme Brahman, Lord Krishna, is enjoying this material pleasure? Is it very reasonable? This Krishna, he's enjoying Lakshmi Sahasra Sambrama Vedyamanam, hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. They are engaging in his service. Do you think these Lakshmis are material women? How Krishna can take pleasure in the material woman? No. This is mistake. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabhis Tabirya Eva Nijarupataya Kalabi. In the Brahma Samhita, you'll find that he expands his Ananda Chinmaya Ras, the mellow of transcendental pleasure potency. And these gopis are expansions of his pleasure potency. And Radharani, she is the center. Radharani is the center. So Radharani is not, don't take that Radharani is an ordinary woman. Like we have our wife, our sister, or mother. No. She is the pleasure potency. And the birth of Radharani was not from the womb of any human being. She was found by her father in the field. While father was plowing, he saw one little nice child was lying there. And he had no children. So he caught it and presented it to the queen. Oh, here we have got a very nice child. How you have got? Oh, in the field. Just see. Radharani Janma is like that. So this Janma is today, and Radha, this name is sometimes not found in the Bhagavad. So the atheistic class of men protest. This Radharani's name is not in the Srimad Bhagavatam. How this name came. Radharani. And they do not know how to see it. There is Anaya Radhayate. There are many gopis, but there is mentioned that by this particular gopi, he is served more pleasingly. Krishna accepts this gopi's service more gladly. Anaya Radhayate. Arajate. This aradate, this word aradate, means worshipping. From this word arajate, Radha has come. But Radha's name are there in Eva Puranas. So this is the origin. So Radha and Krishna. Krishna is the enjoyer and he wants to enjoy. So he's the Supreme Brahman. He cannot enjoy anything. Atmarama. He can enjoy it in himself. Therefore, Radharani is the expansion of his pleasure potency. Krishna hasn't got to see, Krishna hasn't got to seek external things for his pleasure. No. He is in himself full. Atmarama. So Radharani is expansion of Krishna. Krishna is the energetic, and Radharani is the energy. Just like energy and energetic, you cannot separate. Fire and the heat, you cannot separate. Wherever there is fire, there is heat. And wherever there is heat, there is fire. Similarly, wherever there is Krishna, there is Radha. And wherever there is Radha, there is Krishna. They are inseparable. But he is enjoying. So Swarup Damodar Goswami has described this intricate philosophy of Radha and Krishna in one verse. Very nice verse. Radha Krishna Pranaya Dikirtir Aladini Shaktir Asmat Ekat Manav Manav Vapi Bhuvi Pura Dehe Vedam Gitauto. So Radha and Krishna is the one supreme. But in order to enjoy, they have divided into two. Again, Lord Chaitanya joined the two into one. Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Aduna. That one means Krishna in the ecstasy of Radha. Sometimes Krishna is in the ecstasy of Radha. And sometimes Radha is in the ecstasy of Krishna. This is going on. But the whole thing is Radha and Krishna. The whole thing is Radha and Krishna means the one, the supreme. So Radha Krishna philosophy is a very great philosophy. It is to be understood in the liberated stage. Radha Krishna philosophy is not to be understood in the conditioned stage. But when we worship Radha Krishna in our conditional stage, actually, we worship Lakshmi Narayan. You have seen that picture. There's Vidhi Marg and Raga Marg. Radha Krishna worship is on the platform of pure love. And Lakshmi Narayana worship is on the regulative principles. So long we do not develop our pure love, we have to worship on the regulative principles. One has to become a brahmachari. One has to become a sannyasi. One has to perform the worship in this way. In the morning, he has to rise. He has to offer. So many rules and regulations. There are at least 64 rules and regulations. So, we shall introduce them gradually as you develop. In the Vidhi Marg, when you have no love for God or Krishna, we have to follow the regulative principles. And automatically, there is practice. When practicing, just like you practice this mridanga playing, in the beginning it is not in order, but when you become well versed in the practice, the sound will come so nice. Similarly, when we are engaged by regulative principles in the worship of Radha Krishna, that is called Vidhi Marg. And actually, when you are on the love platform, then that is called Raga Marg. So without Vidhi Marg, if anyone wants to learn the Raga Marg immediately, that is foolishness. That is foolishness. Nobody can pass MA examination without going through the regulative principles of primary schools and colleges. So therefore, I do not, I mean to say, indulge in the discussions of Radha and Krishna so easily. Rather, go on with this genuine principle at the present moment. Gradually, as you become purified, as you become on the transcendental platform, you'll understand what is Radha Krishna. Don't try to understand Radha Krishna very quickly. It is a very big subject. If we want to understand Radha Krishna very quickly, then there will be so many Prakrita Sahajas. In India there are Prakrita Sahaja. Just like Radha Krishna dancing, Radha Krishna has become a plaything. The painting Radha Krishna. Krishna is kissing Radha. Radha is kissing. These are all nonsense. Radha Krishna philosophy has to be understood by the liberated person, not by the conditioned soul. So we shall await for the fortunate moment when we are liberated. Then we shall understand Radha Krishna Panaya Vikritiya. Because Radha and Krishna, they are not on the material field. Try to understand. This is Jiva Goswami's analysis. That Krishna is the Supreme Brahman. The Supreme Brahman cannot accept anything material. So Radha is not in the material field. Now there's a very nice song. I shall sing if you can play on the harmonium. Yes, this is Rupa Goswami's song. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Gokula Dharani Mandala Mahite. And he sings all the verses. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. This song was sung by Rupa Goswami. He is the real person, actual person, to understand Radha and Krishna. So he says, all glories to Radharani. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. She is so dear to Krishna. Krishna, everyone is trying to love Krishna. But Krishna is trying to love somebody. Now, how great she is. Just try to understand. Everyone, the whole world, the whole universe, all living entities, they are trying to love Krishna. Krishna Prema. Lord Chaitanya describes. Prema Kumarto Mahan. And Rupa Goswami described that you are distributing Krishna Prema. So Krishna Prema is so valuable. But Krishna is after Radharani. Just see how Radharani is great. Just try to understand the greatness of Radharani. Therefore, she is so great. And we have to offer our respect. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. How she is great, or how is she? Gokula Tarini Mandala Maite. Taruni. Taruni means young girls. You'll see the pictures. They are all young girls. But of all the young girls, she is the most beautiful. She is enchanting to the young girls also. She is so beautiful. Gokula Tarini Mandala Maite. Damodarati Vandana Veshe. And she always dresses so nicely that Damodar Krishna becomes attracted by her beauty. Hari Nishkuta Vrinda Vipinese. And she is the only lovable object of Krishna. And she is the queen of Vrindavan. This queen of Vrindavan. You'll find in Vrindavan, if you go to Vrindavan, everyone is worshipping Radharani. Rani means queen. They are always speaking, Jai Radhe, Radharani. All the devotees in Vrindavan, they are worshipper of Radharani. Hari Niskuta Vrinda Vipinese, Rishabhanu Dari Nava Sashi Leke. And she appeared as the daughter of King Rishabhanu. And her companion, Lalita Shaki, and the Shaka Saki, and the devotees. So on behalf of the pure devotees of Krishna, Rupa Goswami is praying, Karunam Kuru Mai Karuna Barite. Oh my worshipable Radharani, you are full of mercy. So I am begging of your mercy, because you are so merciful. Very easily you offer. Bestow your mercy. So I am begging your mercy. Karunam Kuru Mai Karuna Barite Sanaka Sanatan Vanita Charite. Now somebody may say, oh, you are so great, learned scholar. You are so great, saintly person. And you are begging mercy from an ordinary girl. How is that? You are begging mercy from an ordinary girl. How is that? Therefore, Rupa Goswami says, oh, this is not ordinary girl. Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charita. This girl's description is possible to be made by great saintly persons, like Sanatana. She is not ordinary. So the lesson is that we should not treat Radharani as ordinary girl, or Krishna as ordinary man. They are the supreme absolute truth. But in the absolute truth, there is the pleasure potency, and that is exhibited in the dealings of Radha and Krishna. Radha's expansion, all the gopis, and Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Thank you very much. Chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You can chant?
Hare Krishna.
You can chant that?
Hare Krishna. I have a question.
Wait a minute, he finishes up. He says something about how he was speaking in the beginning. He says, no, I have explained that one sloka from this Rama Charita Manasa. I think that they don't have it here. Somebody must have asked a question. And he's saying, no, I have explained that one sloka from Rama Charita Manasa. Chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Then Prabhupada ended. Before you say something, let me, because he started the class, Prabhupada quotes this long sloka. And then he says, this is a verse composed by the great devotee Tulsidas. He was a devotee of Lord Ramachandra. So Lord Ram and Lord Krishna, there is no difference. When we speak Krishna, that means he includes all other incarnations. Then he goes on to sing that verse from the Brahma Samhita, Ramadi Murtisu Kala Niyamena Tishtam. And he goes on explaining philosophy, but he speaks about Ram's pastimes for a while.
So I just noticed on in London, their schedule, that and once in the morning and once in the evening, they have blessings from Srimati Radharani's shoes. So I was just speaking with another CMT member and one of the pujaris, and they thought that sounded like a good idea for this evening's program. So
we can put Radharani's shoes instead of the helmet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that way maybe we can get away with doing that since they won't let us show Radharani's feet.
I see they're doing it in London. It must be bona fide.
Well,
not by Prabhupada.
Huh?
Not by Prabhupada.
It's because
to touch. It's not.
No, Prabhupada said no, never.
Never touch the shoes.
no, the feet. He's saying that they're doing the feet. Are they showing her feet though?
No, they're not showing. They're touching.
Oh, yeah, that's wrong.
Yes, you know.
So we're clear. I mean, we're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah.
And when Anantaram created the debate, then we became sort of focus of that, and so in the debate, Guru Kesava, who is a big pandit in the ISKCON deity ministry, and then the deity minister himself, they all researched it, and decided that the research shows that Radharani's feet should not be shown.
Right.
So then, our GBC said, consequently, the feet cannot be shown. But they did give some exception to the Vrindavan temple, where it is traditionally done. And also in Mayapur, saying that these are big places of pilgrimage where people expect it in those particular localities. But because Prabhupada, the main quotation was Prabhupada wrote the Hid Pujari in Los Angeles, I think, 1970, somewhere between 74 and 76, and he told him that Radharani's feet is never to be shown.
So, but is there any...
There's some reference.
that
There's also some reference that I can't remember if it was in the form of a letter or if it was in the form of a memory by Yashaki Prabhu, that Prabhupada gave permission to Vishnu John Swami to show Radharani's feet and his Radhadamava deities on the traveling Sankirtan bus. So that was, they concluded that he was specifically speaking to Vishnu John Maharaj and not to all of his ISKCON temples, but when he told, he later, this was after this construction of Vishnu John, when he told at that time Los Angeles temple was the world headquarters, he told the Hid Pujari there that Radharani's feet were never to be shown.
Well, those Radhastami deities were in a born tiger, route they were traveling. They don't, normally that wasn't. Then later they were replaced by Gordon deities. Then they were installed permanently in Nagari.
Yeah.
So while they were traveling, there may have been some, other consideration.
I don't know, maybe it was just a spontaneous Raga Bhakti thing coming out of Prabhupada.
So, but should we research it more? Or?
Oh, they did extensive research, but you're welcome to research as much as you want.
The blessings from the shoes.
Oh, I don't know about that. They, that seems to be a little bit more liberal until somebody makes an issue and they go into a big scholastic debate about it. But when Uncle Jungi and his brother, I think it was just him, they were traveling with one of the fundraisers from the Temple of Baby Planetarium about 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. He took the shoes of Lord Nityananda with him, and he would place it on the donors' heads. So, and certainly, I don't see anything wrong with just taking the shoes from the altar. I mean, we don't have to worry about, ourselves and others contaminating her, because she's so infinitely pure that, it have the opposite effect. We'll become purified. And contamination, Prabhupada would give the example of the sun, how the sun can evaporate, urine. It never becomes contaminated, but simply purifies the urine. So.
But at the same time, in the parsonage, in New Orleans, in Atlanta, in Alachua, in New York, in LA, they all show Radharani's feet in the parsonage.
They said no. The GBC said no. The GBC minister said no.
Because when we get Radharani like Agopa, her feet shows.
Well, tell it to be a Krishna Maharaj. He told us specifically no, and the deity minister said no for all his temples. But he's not going to come around with a shotgun and enforce it. So, but I'm not going to, if the devotees do it, I'm not going to undo it. But if somebody complains to be a Krishna Maharaj, then the Pujari can deal with it. We did it. And I'll just tell them I didn't want to deal with riot. But, Anantaram was here when that took place, and he's the one who created the debate about it. So. All right, so I have to stop now. There's still 5 minutes till 9, 7 minutes if somebody wants to say something. Have to go deal with the gas leak right now. Srila Prabhupada.